And welcome to the Nasboys Sports Podcast. Now, did you know that the least amount of people recorded at a baseball game is 347? This was set in 2011 when the Florida Marlins, who are now the Miami Marlins, were playing against the Cincinnati Reds. However, only 347 people were able to attend due to Hurricane Irene. So, anyways, guys, welcome to the Nash Boys Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, aka Mike Bob Fan 101, with my good friend and co-host Christian, aka Savage NASCAR.
Hey, what's to do, everybody? I will say that's reasonable why there's only 300 fans there because of the situation going on with the weather, but the Athletics have no excuse.
And Cam, aka Noticed_Cam.
Howdy, y'all. And yeah, I just picked that because it's the Marlins, and I don't like the Marlins, so suck on that.
And the Reds were mentioned.
I didn't even notice the Reds were mentioned. That's the funniest part. It makes it better.
Yeah, sure. Anyways, let's get down to talking about some sports. We haven't done this in a while because there's just haven't been a lot of sports news. But now the news is starting to pick up a little bit. So you guys want to start with football?
I mean,
Yes.
I guess we talked about training camp. I mean, it's
No, there is some news in football that we need to talk about, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
Cam, do you want to start with football or what?
Yeah, we can start with football.
All right. So the big news coming in football is Deshaun Watson getting suspended 6 games because of the whole sexual assault crap. So if you guys are living under a rock, he went into massage parlors and did nasty things. I don't know what he did, but yeah, and there was apparently 30 cases of it, and he got suspended 6 games. My take on this, it's not surprising that he got suspended. I think we were all expecting a suspension. 6 games, though, I don't know how I feel about it because it was kind of confirmed considering that he did settle with the people out of court or in court. I can't remember where he settled, but he did settle with some of the people.
And, he settled because he gave them hush money, so I don't really know.
That means he did something, though.
that means he should get banned.
Yeah, I know. That's the craziest part. I actually looked at the court case recently. He gave them hush money, which means, yeah, he gave them money and paid them off just to drop the case. So that's a little suspicious.
As we could tell, he took up Antonio Brown.
Right, and a lot of people were saying that some people, for example, Josh, that guy that was smoking a lot of the weed, I forgot his name. Josh Gordon, that's his name.
Oh my God.
He got suspended 24 plus games, and he gets suspended regularly because he just can't stay off it. But Deshaun Watson has a lot of these, and he only got 6 games, so I can understand that. I was expecting him to get suspended for 3.5 seasons. I think that was the number. They had a large number of games that he was going to get suspended for, and it just all of a sudden got dropped down to 6. So people can still use him on their fantasy team. The Cleveland Browns will be just fine. They might start maybe, I don't know, 1-5 or 2-4 or something like that, but they'll be fine.
Yet again, the Browns have another controversial quarterback or a quarterback that's had something bad going on. But I was going to say, you mentioned weed.
And he froze.
Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as Christian is freezing right now, I'm going to give my opinion on this. I think the Browns are definitely have some controversial quarterbacks, and coming into this, I think that, I don't know, man. I feel like 30 cases of them saying that he did sexual assault, I feel like is very false, in my opinion. I don't feel like there's that many women that have really been sexual assaulted, as we know. I'm not getting controversial here, nothing like that. But when you see guys that are rich and one girl says sexual assault, it's like a wall of them just start crumbling in.
Yeah.
So, who knows how many are real or aren't. But for him to pay them all off like that, that's not a good look.
To me.
And I feel like the MLB could at least maybe ban him for 1 season. I feel bad for Browns fans if he was banned for a season. But that sucks.
Christian, if you are done freezing, go ahead and say your take.
I don't know if I'm freezing anymore. I don't really have much of a take, to be honest with you, because I've already kind of stated. I agree with y'all, but he should get banned. I mean, there's proof from what I've heard, and it's just a situation all around. And I don't really like to talk on subjects like this, but it is a big thing in the news right now.
Yeah, and another thing that was in the news was Kyler Murray. He just re-signed with the Cardinals a couple of weeks ago. Big deal too. I can't remember the exact deal, but the thing that people are talking about was there was a clause in his contract that he had to watch at least like 4 or 5 hours of film a week, which a lot of people were getting angry at this. And you know what? I got a controversial take. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it is.
Kyler Murray is the quarterback. The quarterback runs the offense. He needs to know what the defense is going to do against the team. He needs to know if he's doing something wrong, how to fix it. It doesn't take that long to watch film, maybe 30 minutes or an hour. It's not that big a deal to have a clause like that in your contract.
Exactly.
And people are just whining about it. I don't understand why they're whining about it. He should be watching film instead of just winging it, and then all of a sudden he gets sacked or he doesn't know his offense completely. So I think that's a great cause, but unfortunately they had to take it out because people were complaining too much.
People complain over anything, right? And to be honest with you, it's such a stupid thing to complain about. He's a quarterback. It's his job. It's his job. Like, are you not going to study like a defense? You're not going to study your plays? Like, what? That's not even that many hours. 5 hours a week, if you said. That's not even that much. I mean, I could watch like a full NASCAR race and a half in one day. That's literally as much as he has to watch in a week. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous.
My outlook on my take on anyways is, I look at this and I think, only an hour a day until game day. That's only an hour out of your time out of a whole 12-hour day, because we all know you got to sleep at night. I understand that. I always take 12 hours out, but you have at least like 12 hours a day, and only 1 hour you can take watching something per week. And, people complain, but it's like, I feel like they should complain for them having to legit add to the contract that he has to watch film, because clearly he's not doing it like he's supposed to. So I don't know why people aren't complaining that Kyler Murray not doing his job like he's supposed to. And, I was just going to say, I cannot believe Cardinals really gave him that much money for the production he's given them. I can't believe that. He just stole big time.
Mm-hmm. Now, another thing I saw, wasn't there a thing about the Dolphins getting
yes,
picks taken away for tampering or something? Can you explain that? Because I don't know the whole situation.
So they were trying to get Tom Brady when he was on the Patriots, and then they tried again when he was on the Buccaneers. And obviously Tom Brady, he came out of retirement, he retired, and then he came right out of retirement. I'm trying to look at what exactly happened. So they are forfeiting their 2023 first-round pick and their 2024 third-round pick, and their owner, Stephen Ross, is suspended until mid-October following an investigation with Miami tampering with Tom Brady and Sean Payton. So they had impermissible communications with Tom Brady. So while he was in 2019 and 2020, when I guess he was planning on leaving the Patriots, and then again, when he came out of retirement, we all heard the rumors about that, how they were going to give him mistakes of the team, and he's just going to play for the Dolphins. I mean, of course, any team is going to want Tom Brady. He's arguably the GOAT, no questions about it. And of course, they're going to want him, but just stupid to tamper like that and, cost yourself a pick when the Dolphins, I mean, they might get a good pick. I don't know, but that would just be stupid. And a lot of people are saying they cost themselves a chance at C.J. Stroud from Ohio State, which I disagree with because I don't think they're that bad to get him.
Yeah.
So they did cost themselves something, but it's not too big it is a big deal, but they'll be all right, I guess.
They look fine without Brady. I mean, Tua's been, from what I've seen in clips, he's been playing really well during training camp. He's been throwing like 70-yard bombs and stuff. So I mean, I think the AFC East might be pretty solid this year, I'll say. I mean, I know it's a little off topic, but I think it'd be pretty solid. I actually saw this thing about the Jets. Elijah Moore made a really cool one-handed grab, which I think should be a nominee for the top 10. But I think that the Dolphins definitely took a big L here.
Yeah.
You also kind of think if they had this, you also have to think about Tyreek Hill. What if they tampered with Tyreek Hill and Tyreek Hill just never said anything about it?
Huh.
I mean, there's that suspiciousness to it, and you just kind of wonder. I don't think the Dolphins are going to do that good, in my opinion, because even though they have Tyreek Hill, it's like you can almost wonder. It's like at the beginning of training, it's like I heard that Tyreek Hill was outrunning the ball of Tua. Tua trying to give it out there, and Tua's underthrowing it. So now that he's magically just throwing these crazy bombs, it's just kind of unbelievable.
Right. All right. Well, Cam, do you want to get into the MLB next? There's a lot of news to cover there.
Yes, there is. There's a lot. And first, we're going to go over the top 10 draft picks, and I'm just going to run through these quickly. We have the Orioles once again getting another first-round draft pick because they just suck so bad. No offense, Orioles. Jackson Holiday, who's a shortstop from Stillwater High School, Oklahoma. And, this guy's had a great, fantastic year. He's had a .600 average. It's been great. The Diamondbacks at number 2 selected Drew Jones. He's a center fielder out of Westland High School, Georgia, guessing. And then number 3 was the Texas Rangers, who got Kumar Rocker, who's a right-handed pitcher out of Tri-City Valley Cats. And Kumar Rocker, I believe, played for Vanderbilt for maybe a year or two, or maybe even more. Not sure, though, to be fair. At number 4 was Pirates, and they got Tamar Johnson, who's a second baseman at Mays High School, Georgia. At number 5, the Nationals got Elijah Green, outfielder from IMG Academy. At number 6, the Marlins got Jacob Berry, who's a third baseman and can play outfielder from LSU. Number 7, the Cubs got Cade Horton, right-handed pitcher from Oklahoma. And at number 8, Twins got Brooks Lee, a shortstop from Cal Poly. At number 9, Kansas City Royals got Gavin Cross, from an outfielder from Virginia Tech. And number 10, the Colorado Rockies got Gabriel Hughes from right-handed pitcher Gonzaga. So, overall, a good class in my opinion. I mean, definitely some more monsters coming over next year. And I'd like to say that Kim Collier, who was expected to go 4th, actually got drafted 17th by your boy, the Reds. You know what I mean? Kind of happy by that one. We got a steal there. So, not the flex or nothing, guys, just saying. And we have some crazy trade deadline stuff, which, I'm sure you guys are probably going to have maybe some of your opinions on.
And one of the biggest ones was definitely one that I'm sure Mike was not really too happy about, and that was Washington with Josh Bell. Do you want to explain that one?
Yeah, I'm going to get there. So I'm actually going to go through the exact timeline of, well, actually,
Mike changed his name on the screen.
That's funny. It might be the timeline, but I'm not sure. So at first, the first move that we had was Andrew Benintendi from Kansas City going to the Yankees. Then we had, sadly, your boy Luis Castillo from the Reds going to Seattle, which we got a bunch of little prospects from, but we're not mentioning prospects today. We're just mentioning big guy stuff. Then we had Kansas City trading Whit Merrifield to the Blue Jays, which not surprising.
They're getting rid of everybody, aren't they?
The Reds have too. They gave away Tommy Pham to the Red Sox, and we'll see more.
That's crazy.
Cardinals gave away Harrison Bader to the Yankees. I did not expect that at all. I didn't think they would really trade him, but. And then the Yankees gave Jordan Montgomery to St. Louis Cardinals for Bader. So, and then Noah Syndergaard from the Angels is now going to the Phillies. So that's crazy. He's going back to the NL East. So, it's interesting to see what he's going to do. Cincinnati trades Brandon Drury to San Diego. Glad they did. David Robertson from the Cubs were traded to the Phillies. Joey Gallo from the Yankees traded to Los Angeles, the Dodgers, which I'm so happy about because let me just say that he needs a new scenery. I mean, he just has not been good for the Yankees, and I think that he was killing it before them. So I think that I kind of wonder if it's the beard. If you guys didn't know, the Yankees have this super strict code, and it's been a rule forever where you can't have
Yeah.
long hair. They'll make you shave it. They'll make you cut it short, and you can't have beards. The only thing that's acceptable is mustaches. And on Eric Hosmer from San Diego is going to Boston. Uh, I believe it was. No, I'm thinking of someone else. I think it was someone else. I was going to go to the Nationals and he declined. And here we go. Josh Bell and Juan Soto both going to San Diego, who they got a pretty good amount of guys. I think even a couple prospects and some big league guys for Josh Bell and Juan Soto, and they're just going to be super deadly with their ad of Jury too. I mean, it's just who knows what's going to happen. I already think they're going to be a candidate for the championship. And Jorge Lopez from the Orioles goes to Minnesota Twins. The Orioles trade Trey Mancini to the Astros. Boo, Astros suck. Hate Astros. And then the Athletics trade Frankie Montas and Lou Trevino to the Yankees. And this one's a shocker, and I'm so happy about because I'm tired of him dealing with us and just beating the crap out of us. Josh Hader is going to San Diego. He's a closer. And then we also had David Peralta going to Tampa Bay from the D-backs.
Yeah.
You guys got any thoughts?
Yeah. As you can see, Christian just changed his background there. I'm as a Nationals fan, as you can see by my name, if you can look at it, I'm not sure how it looks on the screen right now, but it says depressed Nats fan, and that is what I am.
Yeah.
Depressed Nats
Yeah.
fan.
So I forgot to add one. Once again, I'm a Reds fan, guys. I'm always going to mention Reds news when it comes to MLB stuff. You guys can deal with it. You guys are now part-time Reds fans. I don't care what anybody of you guys say. Hate me in the comments, all you care. But we also traded Tyler Mahle to the Minnesota Twins, and we got good prospects for it. I mean, it's pretty crazy. And I'd also like to say, Mike didn't mention this, the football, but I like to mention this because they're always interesting to me. But the training camp fights, there were two of them. One was with Josh Allen, and that was a little scuffle they got on camera. And the other one was the Giants, and I forget who it was. And then my last thing for baseball, because I forgot I had it in my notes and I just saw it, but both Mike Trout and Freddie Freeman will play for Team USA. And it's not necessarily the Olympics, but I count it as the Olympics. So.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm very upset that we traded Juan Soto because the learners do not want to pay him. And I know a lot of people were very confused about how the contracts work in baseball because they just see 15 years and it's 423 million, let's just say. That actually still would mean he would get like 20 million a season, I believe.
Yeah.
Still be paid less than an aging Mike Trout and Bryce Harper, who, in my opinion, he is better than both of those guys. But I am a little biased. But I can understand where he would be upset. Soto still has many years to be good, and he also probably didn't like the direction the team was heading. I mean, we didn't get Bryce Harper back. We didn't want to pay him either. It was a similar thing, except we didn't get any players in return. We got rid of Anthony Rendon, even though he hasn't done crap. Let's see. We got rid of Scherzer because, I mean, it was just a fallout between both of them, so I can understand why Scherzer left. But a big thing was Trey Turner. Now, Trey Turner is not even a free agent, and they traded him, in my opinion, a year early. They could have kept him till this season to try to get a contract worked out, but they traded him way too early, and Trey Turner is still dominating on the Dodgers. So the Nats are probably going to suck for a while, and they need to try to build around Luke Voigt and the other guys that they just got today with the Padres.
Yeah, and the Reds, I will say, they kind of fleeced the Seattle Mariners because they got their two best prospects for Luis Castillo. And, coming from that, I think that that's a steal. And here's my thing. I used to hate Nick Kroll for everything he did. But now I have more of an opinion on him where it's like, you haven't made it up to me yet. Here's what's going to make it up for me, in my opinion, is when we see these guys, not next year, but in 2024, and we have our World Series run and we do what we need to do and we have a great team and these prospects that we have work. Because let's say, this is why it's really hard being, someone that's in baseball and MLB, like, yeah, you may make it out of high school and you may make it out of college and you get drafted. But minor leagues are tough. Your chances like to getting into the MLB and being good, not just getting into the MLB, but but being good, even as a number one prospect, is so low. I like the farm system we have going on, but it's gonna be tough. But I'm done ranting about baseball. That's all I have to say. But a wild trade deadline this year. I was not expecting.
The largest.
I will say, for some reason, some video is playing in the background, but I will say that my Braves, I like their acquisition they got from they got Raisel Iglesias from the Angels, but not only that, they had a big return in Austin Riley. They extended him, which honestly I thought it was way too much money, $212 million over
yeah.
But Austin Riley's been a big piece for the Braves, so that was really cool seeing. And my Cardinals have been making moves as well, but I don't have anything else to add on MLB.
Yeah, we can talk about the UFC a little bit. Me and Cam just got done watching UFC 277.
Oh, I just thought of something. There was some fact I read. This is going a little bit MLB and NFL. So the Broncos training camp, of course, they've been having like a bunch of fans, like thousands and thousands of fans, around 8,000. They've been averaging more fans at the training camp than the Athletics have for their home games.
Oh, you know what's more sad? You know what's more sad, Christian?
What?
And this is crap on my own team, so you guys know I'm not biased. The Cincinnati Bengals in their first training camp practice had 28,000 fans. They've had the Reds have only had 28,000 fans in 4 games total in the whole season. And you think it's out of 182 game season or 162, I mean, and they've only had 4 with only 28,000. So that just tells you.
Yeah, and the Commanders only had like 4 fans. Please end me. Please end me. Get rid of Dan Snyder, and yeah.
You don't have to be depressed. I mean, we got your back, buddy. We all have had our suffering in sports, so it's okay.
Yeah, we all get it that your team sucks and they'll never make it to a Super Bowl. We all get it.
Thanks, Cam.
Okay, anyways, UFC.
Anyways, me and Cam got done watching UFC 277 over the weekend between Juliana Pena and Amanda Nunes for the second fight. As you guys may know, Juliana won the first fight in a big, big upset in UFC 269. Nice. So they fought a second time because Nunes wanted to redeem herself, and that she did. But before we get into that main event fight, let's go into the other 2 kind of headliners. I like to call them headliners personally. Derek Lewis and Sergey Pavlovich, I think his name is. I'm not entirely sure what his name is. But Sergey won the fight with a TKO victory, but they were saying the fight was prematurely stopped. And here's my take on this. I can sort of see where the fight was prematurely stopped, but here's the thing. You can clearly see Lewis is not defending himself. Yes, he got back up, but he was not defending himself. He fell over on his stomach, and he was kind of like this. And I can understand where the ref would have stopped it. It's the ref's job to protect the fighter, and if he sees him fall over, that's it. You're going to run over and stop the fight. He didn't fall over like he was ready to defend himself. He looked ready to get a beating. So
yeah,
I can understand why the ref stopped the fight there, but I can also say where people say that it was premature because you could clearly see him getting up.
Yeah, my thing on that too is kind of based on what Mike says. He was getting complete just hands were just in his face. I mean, you talk about taking an L for like, he going to the ground, right? Drops. He got hit. He was covering himself, but not really. He kept getting punched on. He was not making any movements, was not making any punches back, wasn't trying to get up, wasn't trying to take him to the ground. There and as in a UFC ref, this is what you're supposed to look out for, and he didn't do any of that for at least a good 15 seconds. And here's my thing. Maybe Irving could have let it go on for longer, but it's like if you went on, I'd say if you went on for maybe 5, 10 more seconds, you would have seen the same result and he would have ended it then. So,
Right.
Derek Lewis was not making anything. Derek Lewis was easily stunned, and you can act like, oh, he can act like he wasn't hurt at all, nothing, but he was getting the crap beat out of him.
Right. And Derek Lewis has had a tough year so far. He got knocked out by Taito Ivasa earlier in the year with a big spinning elbow, and now this. So overall, Lewis is having a very tough year. Very sad for him. Next up, Brandon Moreno and Kai Kara France for the interim flyweight championship. Moreno got the victory after an insane kick, which you will see later on in this video. That was just perfect accuracy, perfect kick to the liver, completely shut Kai down, and he just could not defend himself anymore. What an amazing performance by both of the fighters. It was a pretty good fight.
Yeah, I agree. Some people say that Kai Kara France is not a championship fighter, in my opinion, and that's what they say. I don't really believe that. I think he's got heart. He's fast. His kickboxing is crazy, and really good fight. Super good fight. Um, was not expecting that at all, though. Was not expecting that.
Yeah, and respect to Moreno for the end of the fight. He was getting interviewed by Joe Rogan, and the actual champion. So the way it works in the UFC, if you guys don't know, if the champion is hurt or he has to forfeit his belt, they have an interim championship, which is kind of like I think it's like the backup championship, right?
Yeah. So basically, no. Here's what the interim championship is. So basically, what happened is it's not really a backup championship. It's like he took over it basically because something happened. I don't really call it a backup champion. I just call it like because I don't really know. It's not like a replacement either. I don't know. It's weird.
It's very
Uh,
weird, and
uh,
I personally didn't think they should have had it as an interim championship. I think it should have been a fight where it's the co-main event to see who's going to get the next title shot.
yeah, I agree. I think that would have been better if anything. Which yeah, I don't know. Weird.
But anyways, Brandon Moreno earned my respect because the actual champion, Davidson Figueiredo, was at the fight. And he was there, of course, with his belt, and he was dressed up in his hype beast outfit. It's like, I don't know, like what, Gucci shirt, looked really stupid. Um, and so Brandon Moreno called him to come into the ring, and Figueiredo started walking up to the ring. He was given the okay by the security. And Moreno was like, I want to set an example to my daughter. At first, I wanted to go in there and I wanted to spread all my hate and spread all my fury to Davidson's face. But then I want to set an example to my daughter. And he said, I don't hate you. I'm sorry if I might have done something to you. I forgive you for what you've done to me. But don't get it twisted. I want to fight. So let's go in December. And they shook hands and had an amazing moment of respect in the octagon. It was one of the craziest things I've seen in the UFC. And overall, big ups for Brandon Moreno for doing that.
Yeah, just like we were saying, I think that was some good respect from both of them. I think Moreno even apologized, and I think because maybe he was coming off a little rude or whatever, which I could see. I could kind of see that maybe he came off with a little bit more attitude than maybe he hoped, and he apologized, told Figueroa exactly what he said and all this, and they made it up, and now they're about to fight. Man, it's great.
Yeah, and it's going to be, I believe, the first 4 times that these guys have fought or guys have fought in the UFC. So that is really, really cool to see. I can't wait to watch that fight. The last fight between these guys was very entertaining, And I'm going for Brandon Moreno to get redemption and win this fight. So,
Yeah. Do you want to mention the main fight now?
Yeah, but we got to do it really quick because of the time limit. The main event of the evening was Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes. Like we mentioned earlier, Amanda Nunes won the fight in dominating fashion. I believe she won all 5 rounds. She completely dismantled Pena. Pena's face was all bloody. Apparently, there was a chunk of her forehead missing, and she had to get stitches. That is not Juliana Pena, but yeah.
My gosh. I looked away for 1 second. 1 second.
But anyways, her face was all bloody. She was all cut up, but she still held it in there and she didn't quit. So major respect to Pena. She was trying so hard to win the fight. She was trying to get those arm bars in the 4th and 5th round, but the problem was she couldn't get it because I think she started slipping off Nunes's arm. I think because Nunes's arm had like sweat or I don't know what exactly, but her arm, she started slipping off her arm and she couldn't get it. But Pena was still trying. She didn't give up. She didn't try to force a stoppage. She didn't tap out like Nunes did in the second fight. She got out of a submission attempt by Nunes late in the fight in the 5th round. Overall, it was a pretty solid fight, and I feel bad that Pena didn't win, but I'm not surprised because I was rooting for Pena.
Yeah, I like Pena's underdog story, but man, I told Mike before the fight that Nunes is just a different type of beast, and boy, did she get humbled. Man, Pena, I tell you, it was like the first knockdown wasn't bad, but that second one where she gave that like straight right through her and knocked her like dude, she went like right down. It was so crazy.
That was like pinpoint accuracy too.
Yeah, and she just went right down. Like I've never seen someone get like flatlined like that. And crazy fight, was pretty good. I noticed a couple things by Pena. Pena, first of all, every time she'd punch, she'd put her hands down right away. Bad thing. Do not do that.
Right. She's walking right into the punches.
Yeah, the second thing is when she'd punch, she didn't really have full hip rotation, which is not giving her full force and not giving the full attack, which was really bad. Shouldn't have done that. Which kind of led to her downfall because she'd walk right into just a handload of fish from Amanda Nunes. And, you saw her try to go for a couple of submissions and she almost got there, but she didn't. And like I said, good job for Nunes showing that she's still dominant and still a beast. But congrats for Pena because even though you didn't win and you lost your title, you showed heart. You know what I mean? You didn't give up, even with the whole eye situation and the stitches and all that. You didn't give up, but that's it.
Yeah. We're probably going to have to cut this because of the time limit, but when we get back, we will talk about the top place.
I think we can do it in 1:20.
I mean, you want to give it a try? Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. I'm trying to pull them up right now.
Top 10. Starting off at number 2, we got Salvador Perez's home run. Here it is.
Well hit center field. Engel turns, and that is gone. Way gone. Wow. Have you seen a ball hit up there before? My goodness. Salvador Perez went over 2 of those ivy walls in straightaway center field, and all 3 home runs since he's come back have been to center.
Is.
And at number 9, Nolan Arenado, big throw to first.
It's the 0-1, slowly hit, charging Arenado, bare hand throw. Oh, he got him! What a play, Nolan Arenado.
And at number 8, Carlos Rodon gets ball off his foot and into his glove.
In the foot, goes behind his leg directly into his glove. Look at that.
Come on.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. And watch Jake's face. First of all, the big eyes. He makes.
By number 7, we got Trey Turner's sliding catch.
He keeps looking down at Will like I'm sure he's going to call it. Makes the grab. Look at this look. Really?
And at number 6, Austin Hayes catch off the wall.
Ball on a ricochet off the wall, which you never see happen like that. How that happened, I don't even know. This has got to be like.
And at number 5, Sergey Pavlovich TKO's Derek Lewis.
I think that's what Pavlik was talking about when he's talking about how dangerous he is.
Early combination for the Russian. Lewis now retreats.
Pavlik got him hurt.
Oh, and another big right hand.
Oh,
number 4, I do not know how to say his name, but he TKO'd Anthony Smith.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't
Mag Olive, analog of whatever. Riley Green diving catch.
He's not a fast runner, but you don't have to be that fast if you get great jumps, and that's exactly what he does well. Take a look at the jump here that he gets right away. As soon as that ball's hit, he's off and running, knows exactly where it's going, and he lays out for it, and he makes a grab.
Man.
Number 2, Aaron Judge, his 40th home run is a walk-off.
High fly ball. Left center. Taylor on the run. On the track. At the wall. He's done it again. See ya. A walk-off home run by Aaron Judge. And the Yankees win 1-0.
But at number 1, we got Brandon Moreno's huge kick to claim the interim flyweight championship.
Moreno cracks him with a spinning back fist out the other side.
Boom, baby. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure you guys follow our socials, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.
See y'all.